All right, so welcome. My name is Daniel Scholl. I'm a financial coach with Family Houston, and are you here for the class? Financial education, capital idea?
Yeah.
Come on down. All right. Wherever two or more are gathered, we shall teach financial education.
All right.
All right. Family Houston is a nonprofit. We do lots of different things, but the main thing that I'm here to discuss with y'all today is financial education. Specifically, we're going to be talking about savings. All right. So I want this to be real informal. I want you all to, if you have questions, please stop me, let me know. Basically, we're going to be talking about some basic concepts today. I do want you to remember that it's important to know that when I'm giving a class, anytime anyone is ever giving you a financial class, or you're listening to something financial on the radio, listening to it on the TV, reading a newspaper, magazine, they are not giving specific financial information to you to solve your financial situation, right? And that's why we always let people know that we do one-on-one financial education for free. Because a lot of times, like, we do need to give specific details to solve a financial situation. What we're doing today is really give general financial advice. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. So savings is very important. Y'all are in school right now, but soon you're going to be out of school, and hopefully you're going to be making lots of money. And why do we work? We work to make money, right? There's lots of reasons why we choose what we do. But at the end of the day, we work for money because, well, otherwise it's volunteering.
Yeah.
And we're exchanging our talents for money, so we can exchange our money for things that we want, like houses and cars and food and travel and dreams and all that good stuff. Savings is something that a lot of people think that well, I do that afterwards, right? I save what's left and I save. But we really need to think about savings as incredibly important, because the deal is, it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep, right? I worked in banking, and I worked in a really expensive part of Houston, a lot of rich people, a lot of doctors and lawyers, and some were making $200,000, $250,000 a year. If you make $250,000 a year, you should have no financial problems, right? But if you're spending $270,000 a year, you're broke. You're not saving anything. You're better off making $25,000 a year and only spending $20,000 and saving $5,000. It's not what you make, it's what you keep. So that's what I want to talk to you today about. How do you keep your money that you have worked so hard for in your pockets, right? Because that's why we're working. Savings is kind of where dreams come true. So there's really three main areas of savings I want to talk to you about. Sometimes we'll talk about it being the three buckets of savings. And the first is emergency savings. Okay? I have bad news for you all. You will have an emergency. Okay? We like to think that they won't come, but it's like those chaos commercials. Hi, are you here for the class?
What's your capital idea?
Capital idea? Come on down. We're just getting started. So, emergencies are going to happen. It's like those Allstate chaos commercials. This isn't church. You don't have to sit in the back. You can come on out. It's like those chaos commercials, right? Where he's like, I'm chaos. I'm waiting for you, right? An emergency is waiting for you. You will have emergencies. And so when you have an emergency situation come up and you don't have savings, now you have two emergencies. You have the emergency that happened, plus you have a financial emergency. Let's say you're driving home from class today. We'll pray that this doesn't happen to anyone. I'll feel bad. Don't call me and tell me that this happened to you all. If it does, I'll feel bad. But you're driving home, and the construction truck in front of you, because they're doing construction out here on 45, drops a box of nails, and you blow 4 tires. If you don't have savings, what are you going to do?
Yeah, 4 flat tires.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You're going to borrow money at the end of the day, right? And that means now you have even less money next month. Emergency savings really is there to make sure that you only have to deal with the emergency at hand. A lot of people get their first credit card. What do they say we're going to use it for? Emergencies only, which we know is not true, right? Because then you're like, well, there's an emergency party, emergency pizza, emergency shopping. But the fact is that if you don't think of the credit card as emergencies, you've got emergency savings. It's really, really, really important that you have this, because it will keep It will keep you from having less money next month as you need to borrow money to get out of your emergencies. Now, most financial planners recommend that you have at least 3 to 6 months living expenses set aside for emergencies. For the average American, this is usually at least $10,000, and this is a long-term goal, right? If I were to say to you, I want you to not do anything. I don't want you to buy anything for yourself. I don't want you to do anything fun. I just want you to just sit at home with no TV, no cable, bored, so you have $10,000 sitting in savings that you're not going to touch. You're going to say, that's the worst financial advice I ever heard in my life, right? And you're not going to listen to anything else I have to say. This is a long-term goal. You've got some time to put this one together. What do you think the emergency is that's going to require 3 to 6 months living expenses?
Job loss.
You lose your job, right? And hopefully that never happens to you. But if it does, you've got some grace period, right? You've got 3 to 6 months salary. Are you here for capital idea?
Yeah.
All right, come on. All right. So, 3 to 6 months salary. You've got some time to set that aside. But on the short term, I do want you to have at least $1,000 set aside, short term. Actually, I would prefer you to get that eventually to $2,000. But try to get to 1 as quickly as possible. What are the other emergencies that we face? Car repair, home repair, a deductible because you got sick, right? Or you have to travel quickly due to death or illness in the family. $1,000 should come pretty close to covering that. $2,000 most definitely should. If you can get that set aside, you'll be able to weather those emergencies, right? And so I really do recommend trying to do this as quickly as you can. I know we just finished tax season, but maybe next year tax returns are great ways to automatically fund your short-term savings. Now, where should you put this money? Everybody wants their money to grow, right? You want to save money and invest it and watch it double and triple and get rich that way. That's not what this money is for. We'll talk about where that money goes. That's in another bucket. This really, to be honest, just needs to sit in a savings account at a bank. It's not going to earn much interest, that's fine, but what you need is access to it if you need access to it, right? If it's tied up in an investment, maybe it's going to take 4 business days, 5 business days to settle that. We'll cut you a check, you should have your money in 2 weeks. Well, that's not going to cut it, right? You need the money where you can get at it. Some people say, well, the banks are so, the interest rates are so low on the banks, I'm just going to keep it in my house, bury it, put it in the mattress, whatever. I don't recommend that. If you do, I highly suggest that you get a fire safe, all right? Because what's the problem with cash?
It'll burn.
It'll burn, it'll get stolen. If it disappears, right? And you can't go to the insurance company and say, I had my cash stolen. Because if you could, we'd all go to the insurance company and say, oh, that's right, I had $1 million in my pocket, it got stolen, insure it, please. So I do recommend that you get this into savings. Now, a lot of people struggle with savings. It's hard to save, right? We don't do a real good job with it. Most people say, well, you know what, I'll just start my savings because I'll pay all my bills and I'll save whatever's left over, whatever's at the end. But you know how they say like a goldfish will grow to the size of its bowl, right? It's the same thing with our budgets. We will spend whatever we make. We'll grow to the size of our budget. There won't be anything left over. Treat it like it's a bill. Savings is a bill to whom? To you, that's exactly right. I have to pay my rent, I have to pay my electricity, and I have to put money in savings, and I have to pay my cell phone. It goes right up there at the top with everything else, right? So you should be putting money aside every month into emergency savings. The best way to do that is to make it as easy as possible to get the money into the account, and as difficult as possible to get the money out, right? So a lot of people, when I worked at the bank, would come in and we'd set up auto withdrawals, auto transfers. You'd come see me and I'd say, I just want a checking account. I don't want anything else. But I'd force you to have a savings account. I'd say, wouldn't you like to have $1,000 in emergency savings in 10 months? And you'd say, yes. I'd say, when do you get paid? You'd be like the 10th and the 15th. 10th, who gets paid on the 10th and the 15th? That doesn't make sense. You say, I get paid on the 1st and the 15th. And you say, how about on the 5th and the 20th? I transfer $50 out into a savings account. $100 a month. You have $1,200 at the end of the year. How does that sound? How does that sound? I'm asking.
Yeah.
Yes, it sounds great, woo! We're on camera, you gotta be excited today. All right. So the problem of course, is a lot of my clients would go in on like the 10th and the 20th and transfer that 50 bucks back to their checking through online banking, right? Online banking has really been hard on savings. My most successful clients have opened up a checking account at a bank, a large bank, it's very convenient, and they do a split direct deposit for the emergency savings. They have part of their check go directly to a savings account that is not at their bank. For me, it's in a credit union. It's an old school credit union where I have to show up old school style, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 with a piece of paper and get my money out. And I never take money out of that account unless it's an emergency because it's so inconvenient. Set up roadblocks between you and your savings. I had a client, he was discharged out of the Army. He had access to a credit union up near Fort Hood that only had one branch at Fort Hood, and that's where he kept his emergency savings. So he'd have to drive like 3 hours to go get his money. Because even when it was in Houston at a separate credit union, he would still drive all the way across the city to get his money out for Friday night, right? So figure out what's going to be best for you. But you do need an emergency savings, and you do have to do that kind of quickly, and you want to leave it there until you have an emergency. If you are in a relationship with someone, I highly suggest that both people agree that an emergency has taken place before the money comes out. Both people have to agree on it. That keeps things from like emergency parties, emergency trips, emergency sales from happening, right? Okay. But we should save for those other things too, though, shouldn't we? You should save for your trips. You should save for sales. You should save for fun things. And that's really your second account. I'll hear this called lots of different things. We'll call that periodic expenses. Plan. Periodic expenses. What are some things that you might want to save for outside of emergencies? Buy a car, maybe a down payment on something, right? What else? Anyone ever plan on taking a vacation?
Yeah.
Don't charge your trips. Pay cash for them. Plan now. Anyone ever have a Christmas club when they were a little kid? Remember those? Like, go to the bank in January, you put your like $5 a month in or something, and then in November they cut you a check. I don't know if they do that anymore. Save for the holidays, right?
Yeah.
If you're one of those people that's like, man, it goes crazy at Christmas. We're spending thousands of dollars. Well, don't wait till November to start saving for that. I mean, people always act shocked. It's like the day after Thanksgiving, they're like, whoa, Christmas again? Who knew Christmas comes in December? We know Christmas comes in December, start saving in January, right? Plan as far as you can. Set money aside for the things that you want to spend, right? Now, unfortunately, it's not always fun stuff. So over here, we might have car repair, right? The construction truck, blew our tires out. Over here, you might have car maintenance. The tires, man, they're not looking so good. I know I'm going to need tires in 6 months. Start saving for it now, right? You want to try to plan your periodic expenses as far in advance as you can, set money aside for it, okay? Now, sometimes people will have real specific savings accounts. They're like, well, we need to save for a car, and we need to save for a trip, and if I put all the money in one account, I'm not going to know what's what. Open up as many accounts as you want. I mean, the bank won't care if you open up 3 savings accounts. They'll be more than happy to do that for you. Yeah, yes, they will. They'll be very happy. Just make sure that you're putting enough money in there to hit their minimum balances. Some banks will say you have to have $500. Well, I don't want you paying a fee to save your money, right? So just make sure you know what your fees are at the bank.
Unless you have a free account.
Unless you have a free account, which is the best kind. I don't pay money to have access to your money, right? I won't pay bank fees. They're using money. You know how banks work, right? How they make money by lending your money? Yeah, they don't need to get my fees. Any questions about these first 2 buckets? All right. The third is long-term savings. And really what we're talking about here is college and retirement. Y'all are in college right now. I'm not talking about your college. I'm talking about if you decide to have kids and they save for their college. I'm talking about y'all's retirement. And I know these two things might seem very far away, right? But the fact is you need to start saving for them right now, as soon as possible. Let's talk about college first. If you have to choose between these two, between saving for your kids' college fund and your retirement fund, which one should you save for first?
I said,
Kids' college, what do you think?
I said retirement.
Retirement?
I said retirement.
Retirement? Oh, wow, we're 2-2. We're gonna have to like cage match, fight it out. No, I'll be the deciding vote. You want to say for your retirement first. And no one wants to burden their kids with student loans, but the last numbers I saw, people on average are leaving college with about $65,000 in student